If you've been looking for a guide on Yidhari, I got you. I know a lot of people were skeptical about her because she eats away at her own HP similar to how Monato does, but that actually leads into her strengths, not only giving her a variety of buffs, including crit damage, and some of those skills can reduce and even deflect damage off of her. As we know, Yidhari is the newest Ice Rupture agent available right now under the Spook Shack faction, and here are all the materials you're going to need to get her up to max level. For what skills prioritize upgrading first, you definitely want to get these core skills up as soon as possible, and for our regular skills, definitely do basic and your special attack first. This is where a majority of her damage is going to come from. Then after that, do ultimate, and then lastly, you can do assist and dodge. And here are all the materials you're going to need to max out all of these skills. For Yidhari's best W engine options, her signature Kraken's Cradle is going to be your best bet. Just like with the rest of her kit, as long as you get her HP below that 50% threshold, you can get a total of 18% ice shear damage and a 20% crit rate bonus, and that's just at rank 1. The only other S rank engine we have at the moment is Ease Wind signature, and I wouldn't recommend it for Yidhari, so we have to go with our other 3 A ranks. For Yidhari's best drive disc, we're looking at 4-piece Yukoi Tails with, and we have a lot of 2-piece options, Woodpecker Electro, Branch and Blade Song, Dawn's Bloom, or Polar Metal. For our disc main stats, at our 4th, we're either looking for crit rate or crit damage, at our 5th, ice damage or HP, and at our 6th, HP. And for our disc substats, we're looking at crit rate and crit damage, and then any HP and attack we can get. The reason I mention attack is because a portion of that does get transferred over into sheer force, but for our overall stats, for your HP, as long as you're over 17, 18k, you're good. The higher that you can get, the better, obviously. Her signature gives a 20% crit rate increase, so as long as you're hitting anywhere between 60 and 70 crit rate, you'll be fine. For Yidhari's best team, she doesn't really have a free-to-play team, but she does have a budget team with Pan and Pulchra, which note, have higher drop rates right now in the current banners. But for your best teams, pairing her up with Jufufu and Lucia, or replacing Jufufu with Lycon with the Miss Esme Bang Boo, is fantastic. I did also try subbing in Sukaku for Lucia for the Mono Ice team. It was okay. I've also seen people sub in Astra as your support, or even using characters like Lighter and Lucy. Lastly, let's talk about her Mindscape Cinema, and is it worth getting multiple copies of her? Overall, I'd honestly stop at M1 or M2, but if you go all the way to M6, your Yidhari will be unstoppable. Even though M1 is more quality of life, being able to have the reduced adrenaline cost, the better HP, and more damage is always a good thing. And M2 just giving a flat out crit damage boost and faster adrenaline regen is just amazing. Let me know what you guys think of Yidhari in the comments. I know some people said her kit feels a little clanky, and I understand it because the main thing that we've learned in Zenless is to not get hit. Be a perfectionist, dodge, block, do everything in your power not to get hit. But now we have a character that not necessarily requires you to get hit, but it doesn't hurt you to get hit, if you know what I mean.